Good morning, Arizona students. Welcome to the Hyfn TV morning show. Thanks again for joining us this morning. Big news this past weekend is SpaceX's Inspiration 4 crew of non-astronauts splashed down in the Atlantic Ocean off the Florida coast. The SpaceX Inspiration 4 crew landed Saturday night, just days after making history by launching non-astronauts into space. They launched at 8:02 p.m. September 15th from Kennedy Space Center. The group's space trip ended with a splashdown at about 7:07 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on September 18th in the Atlantic Ocean. The Inspiration 4 mission was paid for by Hyfn, who promoted the flight as a massive fundraising effort for St. Jude Children's Research Hospital. That's a pretty awesome way to fundraise, if you ask me. Ramaya?
No doubt. Way cool, Tiff. Cleveland Browns star Baker Mayfield honored a U.S. service member who was killed in Afghanistan terrorist attack last month. The quarterback featured an image of Maxton Silviak on his cleats before the Browns game against the Houston Texans Sunday. The 22-year-old Silviak was one of the 13 U.S. service members killed in Kabul. Silviak was an Ohio native who grew up in Berlin Heights and was in the Navy. He was excited about the opportunities the Navy would offer him and planned to make the Navy a career. We are incredibly proud of his service to our country. We love the support that our Sunday heroes show our everyday heroes in uniform. Here in Arizona, our Attorney General filed a lawsuit that seeks to invalidate President Biden's latest COVID-19 vaccination requirements for federal workers and large companies, becoming the first state to mount a legal challenge to the administration's newest rule. In a 14-page complaint filed with the Federal District Court in Arizona, Attorney General Mark Brnovich argued President Biden's new vaccine requirements unconstitutionally discriminate against U.S. citizens because undocumented immigrants apprehended by federal law enforcement are not subject to a federal vaccination requirements. The president, however, appears undeterred by the threat of legal action against his new requirements. When asked Friday what his message is to Republicans present to sue, he replied, "Have at it." So I guess we'll see our Attorney General, along with now 17 other states, have at it, and we'll find out what the Supreme Court has to say on the matter. Tiffany?
And if you didn't know, the 2020 election is still under review according to Arizona State investigation. Board members overseeing Arizona's most populous county reached an agreement on September 17th with the Republican-controlled Senate, ending a standoff over a Senate demand that they hand over computer routers for use in election review. The Maricopa County Board of Supervisors announced a special master will take questions from the Senate's election review contractors and provide them with information contained on the routers they say they need to finish the election review. Supervisor Bill Gates said the deal will protect sensitive information contained on the routers while avoiding a massive penalty the county faced if they had not complied. Gates called the deal a win for transparency, and it's also a win for protecting sensitive data in Maricopa County. Arizona Attorney General Mark Brnovich said in a decision last month the county must comply with the subpoena issued by Republican Senate President Karen Fann or lose about $700 million in yearly state funding. The county agreed to drop a $2.8 million claim it filed with the Senate after election equipment it handed over to the auditor was decertified and needed to be replaced. Arizona Senator Fann said the county settled under the new threat of losing state money and called it a victory for election integrity and the Arizona taxpayer. She also said there was no damage to the election machines and they were improperly decertified by Democratic Secretary of State Katie Hobbs. Hobbs said she concluded the machines could no longer be used after consulting with experts in the U.S. Department of Homeland Security and others before making her decision. Senator Fann said former Congressman John Shadegg will serve as the special master, and the audit that began in April was originally set to take about 60 days, but there have been repeated delays. Most recently, Cyber Ninjas canceled plans to submit its reports last month, saying several of its team members contracted COVID-19 and had serious symptoms. So, that's what's going on around the world and in our backyard. Stay tuned because next up, we have high school sports. Interested in becoming a student journalist? Join us at Hyfn TV.
Let your voice be heard.
Ask us how you can become a student journalist and share your peer story.
Are your sports and events currently being streamed by a quality network hosted in one place? Are your games, concerts, plays, recitals, special events, are they being hosted on the #1 streaming network in Arizona? They can. HYFN TV is free to the viewer with the ability to raise money for your club or your school via your stream. HYFN TV has individual streaming packages built with the ability for booster clubs to sell advertising on their streams to raise money for their program. Stream on the HYFN TV network. Go to hyfntv.com to find out how you can start streaming and raising money for your organization. Check us out on hyfntv.com.
At HYFN TV, it is our job to tell the untold stories happening in the Arizona high school sports world. The CAA Preps Report airs right here Monday, Wednesday, Friday on HYFN TV. And with that being said, let's get to the CAA Preps Report.
The CAA Preps Report keeps the HYFN TV viewers up to date with Arizona high school sports. We have a full lineup today with 2 special guests coming up, but first, the CAA Preps Cross Country hosted a track meet with amazingly beautiful 9/11 Memorial Awards to the winners. This track meet was one of the biggest in the valley with just under 1,000 athletes participating, and congratulations to all the many winners and to Melissa over at CAA Preps for making this happen.
When it comes to high school football, the CAA Preps program runs 2 divisions, Division 1 for the smaller schools and Division 2 for the bigger schools. With 3 weeks to the season, it seems that everyone's happy to be back in football. The big game coming up tonight may likely be the championship game, Skyline Prep Academy versus Maryville Prep Academy. This game is the CAA's Game of the Week. I'll be out there getting the scoop of the Battle of the Undefeated. You don't want to miss it. It'll be a great game, and I'll be ready to tell you about it Monday morning.
With many games happening around the state, if you want your school to be featured in the CAA Preps Report, remember to hashtag your highlights at HYFN TV so we can feature your Friday night football highlights. And other news in girls volleyball, Holy Family Academy and James Madison Prep are the 2 teams in the division. Both teams were unbeaten. Holy Family has surged to a large lead in Division 1 to take the top spot by a healthy 24-point margin over James Madison. However, no other team is establishing themselves as having a rock-solid grip on any potential playoff spot. In Division 2, with as many as potentially 5 unbeaten teams at the top of the bracket, with only 1 loss, West Phoenix managing to edge their way in.
And here in Arizona, we love our soccer. We are still getting in scores from this week's past games. In Division 1, Villa de Marie is starting to make a statement, staying unbeaten in their first 5 matches, while Ed Options Nogales is fending off Tri-City Christian for 2nd place. Both teams won big last night, Villa de Marie with the Mercy Rule win over Imaginette Coolidge, and Ed Options with an 8-1 win over Arrowhead Christian. In Division 2, Phoenix College Prep is tops at the moment, sending an early message to the rest of the field with a 3-1 win over Canyon State. And Harvest Prep Yuma and Pan American also won last night and are still within striking distance. No pun intended. Stay tuned, we have 2 special guests right after these messages.
HYFN TV is a proud partner of the CAA Preps Report. Catch all the CAA championship games on HYFN TV streaming network.
Your social media highlights could make the news. When you post your highlights to your favorite high school player or your team out there doing their thing, hashtag HYFNTV, and your highlight may be used on the next newscast. You can get the photo cred right here on the morning news so everyone can follow you too. Every time you post a highlight on social media, remember, hashtag your highlights, HYFNTV, and get your highlight on the news.
Choose HYFN TV and their crew to advertise for you. Expand your demographics. Get consistent advertisement and affordable advertising packages. For affordable advertising with impact, contact us at hyfntv.com.
Today we have some breaking and exciting news along with two special guests joining us. Aaron Borders is the CEO of HYFN TV and Randy Baum. Hi guys, thanks for coming on. As we said, we have some breaking news between these two companies. HYFN TV is now the official and exclusive streaming partner network for the CAA Preps Report and News. Randy, what does this mean for all of the programs within the CAA Preps?
This is a big deal for our CA community, our member schools. Just getting the exposure at this level is going to bring the attention that it deserves, that this community who has been battling the high school athletics field, with the other association out there, and this is great news for us.
That's perfect, right on. CAA Preps is the only high school and junior high athletic governing body alternative to the AIA. Two-part question here. Knowing COVID has slowed participation numbers and high school sports are slowly kicking back in, a rough number, how many high schools, junior highs, and elementary schools do you service when you have all schools participating at full capacity? And second part, has the CAA picked up any new public school systems?
So CAA services about 220 to 225 schools throughout the state of Arizona. Pre-COVID, coming out of post-COVID here, we're going to get right back to those same numbers. Members are coming back rapidly, which is great for us. As far as district schools, we work with Tolleson Elementary School District. We help out Gila Bend, Ajo. So the district side is a little slower. This league is, basically set up with a charter kind of prep, small school mentality. So charter district schools haven't been as wide as we had hoped.
That's good to hear. And Mr. Borders, can you tell our viewers exactly what this collaboration deal means for HYFN TV?
Yeah, I'm super excited for it. This really gets to give, like Randy said, it gives a spotlight to those kids that are well deserved of it. We have some D1 and D2 kids that are in these schools that, because they're not in a certain association, they don't get any news time. And especially with the with the NCAA changing the rules to where you can earn money in college. Going to high school and these high school athletes that are going to that next level, this really gets them that exposure they deserve. There are a few kids right now in the program that we've been looking at that already have offers, full ride offers to BYU and other big colleges. So, we just want to give this platform. Also, it also creates this network for folks to know where to find streaming games and the news report to keep on. We have the Power Rankings report comes up every Wednesday with some great folks from the CAA who put that on. So this is really going to be informative and give the exposure these kids, well-deserved kids, are needed to go to the next level in their career.
Perfect. Well, thank you. And lastly, before we let you go, I know this month Cross Country had a great tribute meet for 9/11. Are there any other big dates you would like our viewers to mark on their calendar? Maybe some championship games that are hosted right here on our network?
Yeah, we're going to have some big championship games coming up in the beginning of November. We got a huge high school volleyball state championship event being hosted out at Arizona State University at Desert Financial Arena. Then we have our high school football state championships that are going to be hosted out at Thunderbird High School and Moon Valley High School in the middle of November. There's a lot of excitement in CAA. Check out azcapreps.com. Follow us. Our high school, our junior high state tournaments, they're top notch. So if you're looking for some student athlete, younger participation, come and check it out, because these kids put on a show. These programs work hard every single day to be the best that they can. So we appreciate the time and the exposure.
Perfect. Well, thank you so much. It was great to hear from you. And thank you for your time and sharing this exciting news.
Excellent. Thank you.
Thank you.
To wrap up today's news, let's go to the forecast. And now we are going to our hyfntv.com weather report live on our website. Starting off today at 8 a.m., we are looking at 78 degrees with some overcast clouds. And later this morning, we are looking at a high of 82 and winds of 4 miles per hour going southwest. This afternoon, we will be at about 88 degrees and 50% cloud cover, and ending out today with a high of 94 degrees and 25% humidity. You can always catch your weather live at hyfntv.com.
I'm Ramaya.
I'm Diego Batista.
And I'm Tiffany Kramer. Thanks for joining us this morning with HYFN TV News, Sports, and Streaming. Find us on your Roku device, YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, and hyfntv.com. Bye for now, and thanks, and have a great weekend.